Yeah, I definitely left it on because my in-game time was like 30 something hours. So I don't trust any of these things.
No. Everyone knows the clock is suspect, but it is fun.
We'll blame Quick Resume also.
How convenient. Now we vilify it.
I'll still use it, but hello, everybody, and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. This is episode 352. That's a lot of episodes. I am Big Al, aka L, and with me today is KooshMoose, aka Moose.
Well, hello.
How's it going, buddy?
It's not too bad.
Wild West could not be here today. He has some family matters. That was a good show, actually.
It was a good show. I was surprised to hear they were renewing it and that they actually decided to cast him. I mean, it's a bold choice.
Yes. He's there's two different people, the Steve Urkel and Stefan Urkel. It's actually two different people this time. They're twins.
Oh, yeah.
And Wild West is one of them. We won't tell you which one for embargo reasons.
Embargoed reasons, exactly.
Yes, and was it NDA? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a meme going around where they have the ages of how old the parents were on all these shows we grew up watching.
Oh my gosh, I know.
They were all like 35.
I know.
Yeah, I don't like seeing those. Really.
No, those are rude.
But people also aged very poorly back then.
This is true.
Like, they did not look 35. They looked 50.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with being 50, of course.
There's nothing wrong.
But nothing wrong with being 50,
except for everything that is wrong with being 50.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I am 50. It's not a joke. I'm actually 50, and the joke is on me. Dude. It is not on you.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
5 more years. I got 5 more.
20 more years till I can retire and play games.
Oh, you'll still be chasing those Game Pass leaving guys.
Assuming that's a thing. Exactly.
But you'll be playing it with just your hands and no console, no phone. Exactly. You'll just be like pointing at the sky.
Yeah, I have my big blue blocker Google goggles on, and I'll be playing that way. Yeah.
All right. Well, my game showcase game this week is a blast from the past. But before we get there, we're going to quickly talk about some other news. So, the community has been demanding that we run another challenge, but we're all old and busy now, and our kids are getting older, and it's very hard. So we found the one dude who's slightly less busy, and Volgerland decided he wanted to start a challenge to complete all the games in Game Pass Core. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
The non expensive tier. Even though I don't know anyone with that tier. I don't know anyone with that. Maybe Fufu has that. But yes, in this economy, $20 a month is a big ask. So this is available to everyone in the community. There is a dedicated channel in the Discord. It's called CC-Game Pass-Core Pletion. It's in the competitions tab space.
That's not a competition, though. Just so you know, this is relaxed. We should specify. We should accentuate. Yes,
it's more of a team effort. Yes, I would say.
Yes,
but there are spreadsheets, and people do love spreadsheets.
Yeah, it's more like a potluck than a mud runner or whatever they call those things. We are all out here showing up, trying to bring our potlucks, and together making a nice spread.
You would bring deviled eggs, of course.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I would bring something I bought from the store. So yes, there's a whole list of all the Game Pass games, and I believe whenever a new game gets added, it just gets added. So it's not And it's a finite list.
Yeah, I
It
should
keeps
mention
going.
in as well as it's relaxed and it's not a competition, it's also relaxed in terms of how often it's updated. This is Vulgar doing this. He doesn't have like a team of people helping him. Yeah, he
No.
doesn't have a an achievement factory helping him compile and document everything. So just chill out, everybody. It'll be
You have to
updated.
self.
We've got a whole year to do this thing. It's going to be updated. It's also self-reported. If you're completing something that hasn't been completed by anyone, just go ahead and self-report it. It'll get added.
Yeah, you have to
It's
self-report.
cool. Yeah. And I think he said periodically he'll do some catch-up stuff just to get a little more accurate numbers. But what we're really concerned with is the coverage of those games. So we're mostly concerned with games that have 0 completions already. So when you get one of those, go ahead, self-report it so people can just, pat you on the back and then silently curse you for beating it before they do. You know how these things go. But yeah, don't stress how often it's updated. It'll get updated when it's updated.
Give it a look. Give it a
it's
look.
Chill. Exactly. Come hang out. We do want participation, and come and check it out, and we'll talk about games and get it done. So good times.
All right, and there's something else that's sneaky on this here show notes. Looks like something blue that's underlined.
Oh, thanks for asking.
Xbox Game Showcase. Yes, Koosh, tell us about this.
Yes. Well, I'm just now seeing this for the first time. The Xbox Games Showcase. Oh, I love those.
Whoa.
Has been announced. It's Sunday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which, as we all know, is 1 p.m. Eastern time, or Beastern time, as they say. So, so we'll, some of us love to live chat these things, live react. We'll be in the news channel, the gaming news channel of the Discord, and we'll just be talking about stuff there, hyping it up and making fun of stuff and just trying to have a good time with the presentation. So if you'd like, come join us there on June 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we'll check that out. They say that it's going to be followed by the Outer Worlds 2 Direct. So if you're into Outer Worlds, they're going to have a big old show specifically about that after the showcase. So cool. I'm mostly interested in things that we haven't seen before, or learning about what's going to be coming to Game Pass and fun stuff like that. And just what else they're going to do. We know it's not going to be handheld. They just said the handheld's on pause. So yeah.
I have an interesting story to tell you, Koosh.
Do you? Surprise.
Another interesting story in a sea of many. So my son, who just turned 15, I am allowing him, in a great parenting decision, he's been playing the first Outer Worlds game. And it is rated M. I know it's violent and whatever, but I haven't seen anything too crazy so far. Swear word here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But he really enjoys it. He says it's very good. So he's been going through and playing all games that have had sequels announced, and he's been playing the first ones of them.
Oh,
and he's been playing Moonlighter.
That's a good one.
He says it's okay.
That one, I like that one more. That's more Zelda than one everyone loves.
Repetitive, maybe.
Yes, absolutely, repetitive. So
yeah, and he's been making his own videos too. So I'm very proud of him. He's been doing all stuff that I don't know how to do.
Interesting.
Just knocking out videos. Yeah, what he's been playing and reviewing them. Yeah.
Wow.
He's got like 19 hits, Dad. I'm like, yes, good job. It wasn't just me hitting F5 over and over.
He's got like some gumption.
Yes, he does. Gumption. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So yes, game showcase. Look forward to all the games. But didn't they just cancel some game?
Yes.
People are saying, "Oh, I wish they didn't announce it."
Let's see. EA did. EA canceled the Black Panther game. that we were supposed to be getting. Yeah, it was one of several Marvel superhero games we were supposed to be getting to Xbox, or at least also coming to Xbox. That got canceled. Apparently, there's still 3 out there.
Wouldn't that have been smarter 10 years ago? A Black Panther game. I mean, I'm sure people are still alive. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, they probably didn't foresee that happening, but
no, I'm saying the Marvel was bigger than. I'm not saying anything bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there is still a Black Panther or a game with Black Panther in it coming out next year. That's the Captain America versus Black Panther game.
All right.
But yeah, they canceled the one, and what I just saw today was it had kind of the Nemesis system is what they were planning. You're going to play as Black Panther and Shuri and Killmonger. You're going to alternate between those, but it had sort of a Nemesis-like system to it. That could have been cool, but we don't get it.
All right. Well, what we do get is new targets for June. That was a good target giveaway.
It was.
So this is definitely has Freem's fingerprints on these for sure. He'll deny it, but I know it's you, Freem. The first one is called E3-less, which is, RIP E3.
Never heard of it.
No, it was before you were born.
Yes, well, as a youngster, I've never heard of this E3 thing.
Well, every June he likes to put some E3 targets, but this time, no, it's E3-less. So what you need is 9 achievements if you want a gold, with no E's in the achievement or game name. I imagine that's easy enough to get naturally, honestly.
I think it should be
although
both.
E is a common letter.
I feel like it should be like game and achievement. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Oh, yeah, or.
Well, I think it's or. So yeah, like as long as the game doesn't have E's.
That's easy.
That's how they do the filters. But it would have been tougher.
To be easy.
Yeah, it'd have been tougher to do it game and achievement. But you guys can play Chin Doctor mode yourselves at home by making it more difficult for yourself.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Second target is called They Said the Thing. And that is to get 6 achievements for gold, where a word in the achievement name, with at least 4 letters, of course, also appears in the game name. I could think of 0 examples, but I'm sure they thought this out thoroughly.
Well, yeah. They just wanted to get rid of things like of and the and in. So make it something a little more specific.
And the third target is called Summer Heat, where you get 15 achievements for gold.
Wait a second. Hold on. Oh. How are you not flying off on this one? Did you read the description?
I skimmed it. Things are hotting up. Wow.
Maybe that's a British thing?
What's wrong with it?
I mean, there's no U in it.
That's Freem.
Things are hotting up as we approach summer. I don't know.
It's okay. They there's unpaid interns.
I don't know why you're so chill about this. I'm a little concerned.
It's summer.
I think I might need you to take a drug test.
I'm chill about hotting. No, I don't. I would never, correct anyone's spelling or worry about any of these things.
All right. Well, I'm going to type that in the Discord and we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Type in hotting. There's no red squiggle under hotting, so it went by me.
There you go. Hey, you always say you want to put a secret phrase in to the Discord to give away a code. Let's give away a code.
Person who writes hotting.
And we'll do it. We'll cut it to like the first 10, then we'll do a random drawing or something like that.
All right.
If we get 10, yeah,
we'll make it. Get 10 listeners.
Let me write a little note here. Wild West needs to keep track of
and buy 10 codes for AAA games.
There we go.
I mean,
that's what he gets.
All right, that's what he gets for having quotes personal issues.
You got it. Never let it happen.
We love you, Wild West. We miss you.
Yes, sorry, I totally railroaded you there and sidetracked. So summer heat.
We're
things
not
are hotting up.
Oh yeah, just get achievements that have H, O, and T. Oh, in order. You see, this one is significantly harder.
Yes, this is a little harder.
They don't have to appear consecutively. Well, thanks, Freem.
Right.
Oh, I look forward to coming on in a couple weeks and tell you what I used.
Mm-hmm. You know what? We had been talking about like an update we wanted to see on the website to see which achievements we had completed. I found a workaround that's not great, but it works. Is by definition a workaround.
Really?
Yes. Go to your recently completed achievements. So you click on their little link that shows you which achievements are valid for this particular target. And then by default, when you click on that link, it shows you ones that you haven't completed. But there's a little toggle for ones that you have. So you click on the ones that you have, you then sort by recent, the achievement date that you got it, and that will show you the most recent achievements you have that meet that criteria. So you can then determine and say, okay, well, it's 15. I got 15. Here they are. It's not great. I would much rather see them listed on, in a breakout that tells me exactly which 15, because if I got more, I don't know exactly which 15, but whatever. That is one way to see what you've done that made progress. And you have to do the mental math yourself.
I will say this for May, for the remaster target, I added BioShock Remastered to my pool. I
added never played it.
Definitive Edition to my pool. They both showed up on RTTL.
Uh-huh.
And I played Goat Simulator. I played Goat Simulator. Yes, I did.
I knew where we were going with the story.
Dude.
It's exactly what I did.
I like these games. Look, I
saw them
easier.
They showed up in my games that you could play to meet this criteria, and I said, nope. DuckTales, yes. So I played DuckTales to get all but one. And today, I actually fired up Goat Simulator Remastered on the PC.
Yes.
And the achievement that I did was for blowing yourself up with TNT at the university. And I didn't get an achievement for it. It did not pop on the PC. And then I saw that there's an issue with the PC version, and I just got
a
little sad about that. So I don't know what I've done to myself there. So I might have to blow away my progress. I don't know. I might have to blow away my progress as well as myself.
I think you'll be okay.
I don't know. We'll see. And so then I threw that. I said, darn it. And then I did, what's that game? A really old game that I'm stalling for time. Voodoo Vince Remastered instead. And I beat, I think maybe the first or second boss. I've had this game forever, and I've only beaten the first or second boss. But I did that today. Beat the boss, got an achievement for it. Boom. Gold target acquired before accidentally forgetting about it, which would never happen.
Stress. I mean, never happen.
Never.
All right. Are you ready to take a trip back in time?
Yeah.
To a great period of time, the 1990s. You can buy a nice video game for your Super Nintendo for $70 and play the hell out of it. Well, somebody decided to go back in time and come out with an RPG that looks just like it was made in the 90s. But that's standard these days. A lot of people are making retro style games. But this one spoke to me. This one was from our friends at EastAsiaSoft, and it is called Starlight Legacy. Now, Starlight Legacy, if you look at screenshots, if you look at videos, you'll say, oh, okay, this looks like Chrono Trigger. This looks like Secret of Mana. The world map looks like Zelda somewhat. It just looks like they got every game together and they had a little baby called Starlight Legacy. Now, this game, by the developer's own admission, was not meant to be an epic reinvention of the wheel. It was meant to be a love letter. We won't say the other phrase that we use on the show, but it's a love letter to RPGs of the past. Now, it's only meant to be an 8 to 10 hour RPG. You could do it in like 3 or 4 hours, but let's start at the beginning. The one thing that I appreciate about this game. Well, I appreciate a lot about things about this game. I'm going to tell you a lot of nitpicks about this game also, but overall, I did like it. It's very streamlined. A lot of these RPGs actually, intimidate me because I'm afraid of going the wrong way. I'm afraid of missing this. I'm afraid of picking this and missing this side quest and all that
dialogue
stuff.
trees.
Yes, exactly. There's no dialogue trees. Nothing. You have 3 characters in your party. No more, no less. And that's it. And the one thing that this game does that I guess is a modern trope that I have not witnessed myself is basically, how you might have to collect 4 crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So you can collect the 4 Starlight thingamajiggities in any order.
Okay.
So you can go
Mega
up,
Man
down,
rules.
left, or right. What?
Mega Man rules.
Yes. Okay. That's a good way of saying it.
Oh.
But the game actually scales the enemies and the bosses depending on which order you go. So there's
Okay.
So once you go one way, then the second way will get a little harder. The third way will get harder, and the fourth way will get harder.
But only if you complete it, right? So like if you go one way and you're like not for me, and then you go the other way, you haven't just kicked up the difficulty, have you?
No, you actually cannot do that because you have 1 coin to spend, and there's a toll collector, and
Gotcha.
you can only go up, down, left, or right. Once you use it, and then by beating the boss, you get another coin, and then you could choose another way.
Okay. Do they sort of signpost? Do they kind of give you a clue to, hey, go this way? It's green.
No, it's all up to you.
Okay.
It's all up to you.
Okay.
And then whichever way you go, this is sort of Vayner-esque. I wouldn't call it a Vayner-esque, but so one way will have these stones, and you need a hammer to hit the stones, and then another, and then you'll also see rivers that you cannot cross without a raft, and then so there's 4 different obstacles, so you can still proceed, but then to get all the treasures, you can come back to these areas with. You're going to find one of these things in each area, basically. So you're going to find the raft in one area, the hammer in one area,
the bow, the whip shot.
Okay, Zelda-esque, sure. So the one thing, so I did like it claims that it's non-linear. So that sounds scary, but it's not, because you can come back to any of these 4 at any time and mop up what you missed. And me being me, this is why it took me forever to beat this game, because I didn't want to just get the achievements. I wanted to open every treasure. I wanted to see everything there was to see, find every nook and cranny. That's just typically how I play these games. So as you go, you find treasures, and then some of the treasures are numbered 1, 2, and 3. So this was interesting. So the amount of starlights that you collect enables you to open these treasures. So once you beat 2 of them, then you could open all the ones that say 2, etc. So you can go back to the ones you missed, and you'll get appropriate. Yeah.
So just more.
So I had never seen anything like that before. I thought it was interesting. The only problem is that the regular treasures were pretty much obsolete by the time you beat 1 or 2 of these things. The regular treasures didn't give you too much. Your all 3 of your characters can use anything: weapons, spells. No one was really, no specific magic user, no specific weapons master. You can teach anyone any spell, and the spells are very basic. You have fire, you have ice, you have earth, and one thing I didn't like is that you could only assign 4 spells to your peoples at a time. So I wound up just putting, fire, ice, earth, and healing spell on wind. Everybody. No wind. Earth.
Heart.
So I played the game for about 4 hours, which you could beat the game in 4 hours, but I was still in the beginning. I was farting around. And then I hit pause. I said, I wonder if there's a way to change the color of the backgrounds like you used to be able to do in Final Fantasy games. And you know what I found when I hit pause?
No.
I found the ability to put on 2 times experience and turn off enemy encounters.
Do you mean options? You found
Boost
Okay,
accessibility options.
so you, hold on. So
Yeah.
when you first go into a game, after you go left, do you not look at the options and accessibility and all the menus? You just hit play and go?
So hear me out.
Okay, I'm listening.
When you go to options on the main menu before starting the game, they are not there. They are only in the in-game options menu.
I take it back.
Look.
I
did look.
understand
Of
this.
course I looked. It even has this, the silly retro thing where you could put on like lines, like a CRT.
I will accept this.
So I did put on the 2 times XP, and I left the enemy encounters on. I only needed to turn them off, when running back to areas I've already been. Then I excused it, and I did that. Yes, that made life a lot easier. There is a bestiary achievement, so you have to find all the enemies in the game. More on that later. I have a lot to say about this game. I actually really enjoyed it. I played it too much that I found a lot of little nitpicky things that I didn't love, but I enjoyed it overall. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the presentation. I enjoyed the callbacks to the old games. So did you play Secret of Mana growing up?
Secret of Mana, no, but I did read the articles in Nintendo Power.
You read the articles? Okay. So they had this dragon called Flammy that you could summon, and there's a basic ripoff of this. You're hatching a dragon in this game, and you could fly anywhere, and it's got the Mode 7 graphics that were on Super Nintendo. So unfortunately, I ran into a couple of glitches and crashes in this game. So one of them was riding the dragon. You know how there was this scientist or something, and he said the Earth was, I don't know, round. So if you fly up, you would think that you would go through the globe and start at the bottom. No.
Okay.
Game crashed. Fatal error.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I had one more crash out when I tried to get on the raft, but I think that was a fluke.
But
this one, I didn't try to replicate this thing, but I don't think you can go through the planet or the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So I did actually make a bug report and sent it off to the developer, and he's on it.
Oh, okay.
So I've talked to him. It's one dude who made this game, pretty much. So hats off to him.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm. And it was also interesting being an early person to play this game because there's no guides and no information. Although it did come out on Steam in February. So there's a little bit of information. The developer himself was answering all the questions on the Steam forums, which I appreciate. What else did I wanted to say? Oh, yeah. The one little nitpick, if you're listening to this, I'm going to send this off to him. When you're buying magic in the store, it would say like, if you're buying a potion, it would say like, heals you for 50 HP, for example. But when you're buying magic, it says you're buying the recover spell. It'll literally just say you're buying the recover spell. So it doesn't tell you what the spell does in the store.
Right.
Once you buy it and you want to assign it to one of your characters, it tells you what it does.
Gotcha.
So you could, in theory, save it, buy all the spells, and see what they do, and then reload if you want to.
Right.
One thing this game does have is the ability to save anywhere, and I mean anywhere. You don't have to find a save spot like in old Final Fantasy games. You can save anywhere. So if you're up to a boss, you see a boss, you save it. If you die, you just reload your save, and you're good. But it doesn't have an autosave. So those times where it crashed, you had to have hoped that you manually saved it. Otherwise, you'd be screwed. So make sure you save many times. And luckily, I was fine. I save all the time. You have 3 save slots, and I just go down and switch off of all 3 of them as I go.
Okay.
So the achievement list is fairly standard. You have ones for beating each boss. You have story progression ones. There are 9 telescopes that you find throughout. It on the Steam version, it had the highest ratio for some reason. I thought they were easy enough to find. I found them all on my own. And then there was another one for finding 2 Starlight magic spells. Yeah, go
Did
ahead.
you say telescopes?
Yes, they are telescopes.
Okay.
So you look through the telescopes and you could see the land up, down, left, and right, basically. So you could see what's ahead of you. It was trying to show off its Mode 7 graphics from Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Yep, they are actual telescopes. So there's 9 telescopes to find. And then once you get the dragon that I told you about, you can fly to the Tower of Trials and beat that. And it's very basic. So you start off with a sword, and then you find a super sword, and then you find a hyper sword, and then you find a chaos sword.
Masamune.
So it's all no, there's none of that. Everything in the game is very basic.
Okay.
But you don't have to use a sword. You could use a staff, and you could use other things. But I just use swords for everyone. I made life easy. Oh, another thing I didn't figure out until later is that you can dual wield. So I was a dummy and putting shields on. No need for that. You can dual wield. So as it turns out, and I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you the way it is because I'm I was an early adopter. As it turns out, I was the second person to complete this game.
Huh.
The first person was Sangrius. Sangrius, you might know from the Hidden Levels YouTube, and he has over 5 million gamer scores. So yeah, you might know who this guy is.
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. No. The good news about him beating it first is that I was able to ask him questions about everything.
And he is happy to share. He's a good guy.
And he helped me out with a lot of stuff. One thing that he also helped me with, and if I had known this, I would have another thing you could do in the options that I just skimmed over was you could turn off battle animations. Now, this will make the game more boring, but it'll also speed up every battle tremendously if you're trying to blaze through it.
Right.
And this is how people are beating it in 3 and 4 hours. They're putting on 2 times XP, they're turning off the battle animations, and they're just blasting through it.
Right.
Now, for me, I prefer to explore, talk to every villager, read the story, that kind of stuff. I don't see why you wouldn't. There's one missable achievement for reading all the books in the library in the castle. It's only missable because about halfway through the game, it's inaccessible. But you could just start a new game and do that fairly early. But I actually wrote some guides for this game on TA.
Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen a guide from you.
I was a good boy. Yeah, I got to add up the missable flag. I've never submitted flags before. I need to.
So many firsts and almost firsts for you with this game.
I know. Firsts and almost firsts.
Weird.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? Oh, the bestiary. I was actually missing one enemy when I beat the game. I was like, where do I go? What do I do? But it turns out there's a second place you can go with the dragon called the Lost Cave.
Okay.
And what the dev did in this cave is he put every single enemy in the game in this cave.
Okay.
So you cannot miss this achievement. And lucky for me, the first fight that I had in the Lost Cave, I found the enemy I needed.
It was literally a blue slime.
It was a red snake. You run.
Nice.
Nice Dragon Warrior reference.
Nice.
So I think I've had it pretty much covered. I've had the soundtrack to the battle themes and stuck in my head, and the town, as that those are the places you spend most often.
That's a good sign.
So nothing. Yeah, definitely earworm. The soundtrack is on YouTube. I haven't seen it on Spotify yet, but this might be a tough ask for people to buy. It's got a $12.99 price tag. It's currently on, the early offering price of $10.39.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't realize is that this is Xbox Play Anywhere.
I was just looking at that. It's like I didn't hear you mention that you did that.
Well, I played on my old Xbox, you see, and yeah, I love games like this. I play the Chemco games. I've said that a million times on my PC.
That's why, yeah.
So you can level up But I didn't spend much time just sitting around grinding. You didn't have to do that. Well, especially with the times 2, you didn't have to do that. But yeah, if you buy this game, I'm pretty much an expert on it now.
It's only 700 megabytes too, which you would expect of an older game, but still, that's impressive that in today time, they were able to keep it small too.
Well, he used WinZip, I think.
I don't think they zip them that but okay, all right. Well, that explains it.
No, is that still a thing?
There we go. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about the achievements or about anything?
I had one question. I don't think you addressed this. Now you said it borrows from a lot of the classics RPGs. Would you say that it, if you had to pick one, is there a clear one that it most resembles, or did it just draw equally from everything?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
It's like all of them combined.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds interesting. I mean, for the people that like the Final Fantasy remaster pixel super ultra.
Yeah, if you want a bite-sized experience, this is good. Chemical games are long. Final Fantasy games could be long.
They've got lots of cats.
Not so long.
Yes. So.
Oh, there's no hidden cats.
No hidden cats. Okay.
There are some enemies as cats. Or cats as enemies.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah. You can kill sleeping cats. It's what more can you want?
Yeah. An achievement for killing sleeping cats.
Yes. Yeah, so as it stands, 2 more people have completed. 4 people have completed out of 26 starters. Good job, everybody. But thanks to EastAsiaSoft. I enjoyed this one. I sent a bug report to the dev. He said they're going to work on it. And that's all
you're going to submit a flag.
I saw the physical release is planned. I was like, whoa.
Oh, okay.
Probably not for an Xbox, but still.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
And I'm pretty sure a sequel is being worked on right now. All right. Well, that was Starlight Legacy. Oh, one funny thing is that your 3 protagonists have red hair, blue hair, and green hair. So I think I named the green hair one Greenie and the blue haired one Blue Guy.
Not Bluey? Oh, right? Come on.
Oh, no, man. That was...
it's right there.
Opportunity gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the red guy, guess what his name was?
Kenny. Wait, no, that'd be blonde.
His name was Big L, of course.
Big L.
Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, of course. He's the guy you find. He's the main guy.
Right, he's the main guy, of course.
Yeah, so you can name your protagonists because they were not too greatly named. It was like Ingus or I don't know. I forgot what they were.
Keep all this in mind for
Dingo.
Keep it all in mind for Starlight Legacy 2, and you can do all those things you wish you had done. Like Bluey and Dingus.
Bluey and Bingo. And Mum. And Mum.
Muffin is the sleeper hit. Muffin's awesome.
Oh, Muffin.
Oh yeah.
All righty. That was Starlight Legacy. Koosh, what you been playing, buddy?
Well, thank you for asking. What I have been playing, or what has been playing me, first of all, is Cookie Clicker. But no one wants to hear about an idle
I
game
want to hear about this.
For 30 minutes.
I want to hear about this.
I'll tell you a little bit about it.
No, what I want to know is when this game came out, and I went on my friends list, every friggin' person was playing this. I'm like, oh, let me check Game Pass, see what this is. It wasn't on Game Pass.
Right.
So people bought this game?
People actually bought this game. I know that is a foreign concept to you. This is a game. Cookie Clicker.
What do they use to buy
cookies? Everything is cookies. Oh. So
okay.
Yes. So Cookie Clicker is not a new game. It is new to Xbox, but it is not new to the world. It has been around for. Let me check my watch here. It has been around for 11 years. This game. So if you haven't heard of Cookie Clicker, it's on you. This is a thing. It was on Steam, it's on phones, and now it's on Xbox. It is an idle clicker. What does that mean? Well, that means, or I shouldn't say it's an idle clicker. It's a clicker because it starts out. It's not idle. It's all active. What does that mean? That means that while you're playing this game,
What does this mean?
it means you're constantly hitting the A button on a cookie, and you're clicking on it. Hence the name, Cookie Clicker. Now, that's kind of how you start the game, right? You get a little bit of money by doing that. Then you start buying upgrades that do cookies per second for you without you having to wear out, that expensive A button on your Elite controller before the thumbsticks and the shoulder buttons wear out. So that is the basic concept of it. One of these idle clicker games is that you want to start building up resources. Start buying things that start giving you more resources per second. In this case, cookies. That's Cookie Clicker in a nutshell. Now, the thing about Cookie Clicker, as opposed to some other ones, is that Cookie Clicker from the bat, from the start, off the bat, as people say, sports metaphor, sports saying, is that Cookie Clicker does not give you any progress when Cookie Clicker is not running on your Xbox. So,
wait a minute, isn't that the whole premise?
Well, you'll get there.
To my limited knowledge, okay.
And initially, like I said, you only make progress while you're playing the game, while you're actively doing things and the things actively running on your Xbox. You don't have to be doing stuff, but you won't be earning cookies if the game is not currently running on your Xbox.
So you could just run this on your phone or your computer, right? And make life easy?
No, of course not.
What?
That'd be too easy. You don't want it to. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but because this isn't for everybody.
I like hearing about this.
Sure, right. But it's not for everybody, so I'll keep it short.
Okay.
So yes, there is no cross progression, no cross save, none of that stuff. It doesn't know about your phone. It doesn't know about Steam. It only knows about Xbox. And you want to get to the point where you can buy some upgrades in game with in-game currency. This is not a money grab. You're not going to be spending $1 so you can get offline progression. You just have to play the game for a good amount of time before you can buy an in-game upgrade after you ascend. Most of these games have this concept of once you get to a certain point in the game, you'll have gained enough total currency or enough experience or whatever to get to a point where you can start the game over again with permanent upgrades, right? So that your second run will be faster than your first run. That's the concept of this gameplay loop that you have. And so what you're shooting for with Cookie Clicker is not to ascend as soon as you can, because when you do that, you get one thing that's called a heavenly cookie. I'm pretty sure that's the currency. I haven't actually ascended yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's called a heavenly cookie. That is your resource that you can spend to get permanent upgrades. Well, you're going to need to continue grinding after the point where it first tells you that you can ascend, so you can earn a lot more heavenly cookies, so that on your second run through the game, your first ascension, your second run, you'll be able to buy a lot of upgrades so that your second run, number one, will be so much faster than your first ascension. And you'll be able to make progress offline. That is the goal, because I don't want this thing taking up my console space forever. I've been playing pretty hard this week, just trying to get it to do to the point where I can go idle. And so that's Cookie Clicker in a nutshell. Like I said, don't want to spend too much time on it, because I'm not an expert by far. I have screwed myself up several times with my automated clicker.
There is an expert who's normally on the show who's an expert in the management genre. I can't believe you're playing a management game. You've been deceitful to your very existence.
I don't know that he's
That's what it says. I don't know why you would call it that.
I don't know that Wild West has started this.
He doesn't have $5. He just bought 5 million baby games. $5 right now. He doesn't have it.
Crew's
playing it.
Yeah. I don't see him playing this.
Playing it. MDP's playing it. Mango's playing it. Idrit's playing it. Jables is playing it. KooshMoose is playing it. What's wrong with you people?
That's part of the show where we name drop.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm going to name drop.
There you go.
So I would have thought there was 50,000 people, but there's only 1,200 people with it. So I'm actually surprised. I thought there'd be more.
No. So I mean,
everyone I know is playing it.
The people who like idle clickers are playing it for the most part, it seems like. So yeah. So that's Cookie Clicker in a nutshell. And what has it been doing? Well, it's been keeping me from playing other things. However,
Oh, like
when
what?
something hits Game Pass, I have got to jump on it, right? I just do. Even if
Mm-hmm.
I already own
Yep.
that game, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. I'm not. That has nothing to do with the game I'm about to talk about.
That's bait.
So
Go
I had
ahead.
already purchased Tales of Kenzera Zao when it went on sale for a little bit. I think it was half off when I purchased it, but it is now in Game Pass Ultimate. I'm told today it's part of the EA portion of Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah, and once again, Tales of Kenzera Zao. Now, we may have lost the EA Black Panther game. We just heard today, or as time travel works, a couple days ago for you guys. But at least we have Tales of Kenzera Zao. We can console ourselves with this version, this alternate timeline of Black Panther, because this guy is basically Black Panther. This is a platformer metroidvania, as genred by TA. It takes about 8 to 10 hours according to TA, and it has 19 achievements according to everyone, because that's not a TA only thing. This game is kind of like the Reese's peanut butter chocolate moment where Princess Bride meets Black Panther. And this is a tale of overcoming grief. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that the story is told, or the whole gameplay takes place as a story being told to you, or that you're reading as a journal when your, I believe your father passes away. So you start, your mother, to console you, hands you this story that your father was writing, and it tells the story of, well, what you're actually playing, where you go through Zhao, the person that you're playing as, not the person who's reading the book that you're also playing as, is named Zhao. And Zhao is the son of a shaman who recently also passed away. So you can sort of see that there's two layers here. The person who's reading, the person who's playing, they're all dealing with their grief as you're playing through this game. Well, if it was a game about grief, it wouldn't be super satisfying for the combat, I don't think. This is mostly, like I said, Metroidvania and platforming. There's combat, there's platforming, there's getting all the way around. Very fun game. They don't really dwell on the grief thing, but I just thought it was interesting that a couple reviews that I looked at as I was doing a little bit of research were mentioning that. But mostly what I'm going to refer to is the gameplay. So let's see. Yeah, so you're getting this book, and then you're kind of going through it. Everything is voice narrated. So all the conversations people are having are actual audio. You're not just reading text. So, congrats there. Good job, guys, for going that extra mile. It's also got a nice nod. One of the things I love to do when I get presented with a game is, obviously, when your character's facing right, go left. If your character's facing left, go right. I just like to go the opposite way. They have a nice little nod when you go that way. When you go left, it's not like crazy overboard. I think he basically just says, "I'm not ready to go here yet," which I just thought was a nice little touch. That's also a nice little thing, right? Rather than you going there and having to figure out for yourself, your character, after a couple screens, says, "I'm not ready to do this yet." Nice touch. So really, when you start this game, spoiler, go right. And that will allow you to proceed without running up against the door. My fault. So how does the game work? Well, you have, once again, the Zhao is playing, and he has inherited these two masks from his father, who is a shaman. One of the masks is the moon mask. One of the masks is the sun mask. You have them right from the start. The moon mask is, it excels in ranged attacks. So you can shoot about 10 attacks. And then once you get an upgrade, it only takes about 10 minutes for you to get that upgrade. You'll basically have a Gears of War-like reload. So after you shoot your 10 shots, there'll be a slight pause, and then your meter will start building back up. There's a little red band. It's about like a tenth of the way, 30% of the way into the health, I guess the ammo bar or whatever. And if you hit the button again, the shoot button, that you get a full recharge of your weapon. And I think it glows a little bit. Very much like Gears of War. Thought that was a nice little nod. And so that is the moon mask, and you can upgrade that too. So go ahead. You were saying something?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. So you can upgrade
I
that
love
and get
other games, as you could see.
you get a bunch of other powers with that. Shortly after that, you get the ability to freeze enemies, which you can also use to freeze water, which is important for traversal. You're going to need that. So nice touches there. And like I said, you can upgrade that to make the shot. You have the ability to hold the button, and then after a couple seconds, if you release it, you'll shoot all of your ammo in kind of like rapid fire mode. So nice touch there. And you can when you're holding left trigger, you kind of stand still and you're aiming. So that's nice that you're not just running loosey goosey all over the screen while you're trying to aim.
Nice.
The other mask is the fire mask or the sun mask, and it excels in melee combat. So you'll be doing melee combos and juggles with that. And shortly into the game, about an hour to closer to 2 hours, you'll get an upgrade for that allows you to also do a shot with that. But that, while it does damage, a ranged attack with the sun mask, it does do a little bit of damage. It's primarily used like a missile to open missile doors, basically. So it's one of the things, the metroidvania aspects, that allows you to revisit areas, open things that weren't accessible to you before. One of the things I love about metroidvanias. And there are skill trees. So as you're defeating enemies, you're getting XP, which you can then apply to which either mask you like the most at that time, right? If you're saying, oh, I'm feeling really good with the moon mask, but I feel really underpowered with the sun mask, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that. Or like, hey, melee is not my thing, I'm really liking the range, I'm just going to fill out that tree first. There's an achievement for filling out everything, but yeah, you have your choice. You can do whatever, because the upgrades for the weapons are separate from the progression updates, the ones that allow you to traverse the level. They're completely done. They're done separately. You pick them up as you progress through the story. It's not really a thing that you buy into to allow you to get access an area. Let's see what else. The combat feels pretty good. Like normally when you play an indie Metroidvania, something suffers, right? It's either the combat or it's the platforming. This game is that rare unicorn. The combat feels good. The traversal feels really good. I actually really liked, ping-ponging off of walls to do like a chimney climb to get out of there, and like just the nice touch of having to freeze water and being able to run along that and then freeze a waterfall and use that as a temporary wall that you can now do wall jumps off of. Everything feels really good. There's dash moves. You have to do double jump with dash to navigate some areas. It just feels really good, and it feels smooth. It doesn't feel stilted. Some other recent Metroidvanias I played, while the platforming was there and had all the elements I liked, the double jump, the dash, just didn't feel smooth. Mm-hmm. This game feels smooth, and the combat feels good too. Now about the combat, some people like their combat. Some people like their story mode. This game, you can change. Imagine this. Go into the options and you can change the difficulty.
Don't tell me.
At any point during the game. So if you're having a tough time with a little bit of combat, you can go ahead and drop it down to whatever. It does not affect the achievements. And you can do it, I think, at any time. Maybe not in the middle of a fight, but I don't see why you can't. I'm pretty sure you can. You can certainly do it after a fight, change the difficulty, and then do whatever you want. Keep going, on story mode. I don't care. Have fun. There are, as far as the achievements, there's collectibles. There's going to be achievements for those. The game does have fast travel, so when you go to do that backtracking, you can use that to kind of shortcut some stuff. The map does a good job of, if you're near an item, it will add it to the map for you. But if you just can't get to it, or maybe you didn't see it, it was in the corner of the screen, you just didn't see it, but you passed close enough to it that it got picked up and put on the map. Anything you haven't picked up is solid. Anything that you have picked up is still on the map, but it's a little bit transparent, so you can tell that, oh, I've already gotten that. That's cool. The map does a good job when you're looking at areas of telling you all the collectibles in the area, showing you which ones, how many you have out of the total. So cleanup should be nice, being able to go back and get all this stuff. Once again, there's no difficulty requirements for achievements, and you can change it at any time. Now, for the rest of the achievement talk, there's almost 2 times the minimum Chivo count, which I love. I don't like a game that only has 10. This game has 19. Feels
that
feels
still
like
seems a little. low.
It does feel a little low. I like 30. Like I think 30, 40, that's meaty, right? That's something you dig into. But 20 still feels good. 13, 15, not great. 19, it's on the, it feels okay. I would have loved more because then they could have done some more things with the types of achievements. The ones that they currently have are for completing each chapter. Well, there's one for starting the game. You get a little bit into it. I think once you first start playing as Zal, that's when you get an achievement, or maybe it's after your first conversation with the god of death. Because the whole story is, you're talking with the god of death because you're trying to bring your father back. So you have to go complete some tasks for him. I should have mentioned that at the top. My bad. So I think that's when the first achievement pops, is after that conversation, or maybe just a little bit after that. So you can start playing the game, get a feel for, a little bit of the platforming, maybe not the combat so much, to determine if you want to keep going or not before that first achievement pops. It's not a press start. Once again, achievements for completing every chapter. There's achievement for completing or unlocking all the abilities, like the traversal type stuff. There's an achievement for upgrading all of the skills, for getting all the collectibles. There's, I think, like 2 or 3 types. One is health. You'll go in, you'll kind of sit down at a tree and you'll reflect, and that'll increase your a health bar. Another is you'll hear a little bit of a story, some nice storytelling that they do there. And you can revisit all this stuff in the logs to, so you just want to play it. I just want to play it. I just want to do my traversal. I want to do my combat. I'll read this stuff later. Absolutely. It's in the logs. You can go check it out after. Or if you don't care, just keep going. There's an achievement for getting those 10 perfect recharges, just like in Gears of War. There's 2 achievements for using your superpower. As you're building up, as you're doing combat, you'll be getting XP, but you'll also be building up like a move meter, and you have 2 bars. You might get more later. Right now, I'm about 3 hours in, and I have 2 bars. You can heal yourself, which uses up one of those charges, one of those, let's just call it the mana bars. Let's just call it that. And you can use one of those bars to heal yourself. But if you have 2 bars full, you can do a super move. And the super move for the mask, the moon mask, is a ranged, like super cool, like moonbeam that just shoots out and just, it's a little bit slow to aim. It's just, it's got weight to it as you're trying to change, where it's pointing, and it just wrecks whatever's in front of it. And the sun mask does just like a lava flow, just going straight up the screen. Also, you can move, but once again, there's weight to it. It's very slow in terms of how far you can move. So the achievement is for killing 4 enemies with 1 charge of both of those super moves. One, getting 4 with the moon mask ultimate, and getting 4 enemies with 1 use of the sun mask. And you can whittle your enemies down if you want to, and then use those things, or maybe you put it on easy if you're having trouble getting them. Very early on, within the first 2.5 hours, it was pretty simple to get areas that had 4, maybe 5 enemies at a time in a good position to be able to pull those off. So you're not going to really struggle with that if that's a concern. All right. But yeah, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so I obviously, your achievements will still pop if you change your difficulties and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's 1 playthrough sufficient? Anything missable?
There are no missables that I'm aware of. You're going to be able to backtrack, get everything. I don't know if there's a point of no return, but I would assume.
I mean, as far as Vayners go, this seems like a straightforward,
yes,
not too long, crazy one.
Exactly. I think it's a great introductory.
Yeah, this looks fun.
This is a great game. Now, when this came out, the Prince of Persia, not Sands of Time,
Golden Crown.
Why can't I remember it?
I think it's Golden Crown. I think it's Golden Crown or something like that.
Yeah, Lost Crown maybe.
Okay, something like that.
That one. The most recent Prince of Persia game that actually came out as a Metroidvania. This came out
Lost Crown.
around the same time, and it would have been a shame to have played this right after playing Prince of Persia, because Prince of Persia is excellent. Just the everything about that game is excellent. Top tier. They put so much into that resource wise and whatever. That game is fantastic. This game also really good, but had it been played at the same time as Prince of Persia, I think it would have done a disservice to this game. I would have felt like, oh, this game is also kind of like that. I mean, but I'm Black Panther, but I mean, it's Prince of Persia. But given that time, given that year or whatever between the release and playing it now, this game feels really good. And it feels, it does feel like a Black Panther Metroidvania. I'm not going to lie. It feels pretty good. And I think this is great. This is a great game. And if you wanted to introduce yourself to the Metroidvania genre, this could potentially be like one of my new recommendations for like, hey, if you want to check out Metroidvanias, check this game out. They do a really good job with it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a Koosh game. Looks good.
Oh yeah.
I remember looking at the trailer for it, but the trailer is just a bunch of people playing the game. I don't know if you've seen this or not.
That doesn't sound familiar.
It's hilarious. So like, if you go to the Xbox store and you're just you could view the trailers from there. You just like see, it looks like something from a showcase where just people are playing the game. It's like, oh, and they're just screaming like, oh, it's so great. So it doesn't really tell you too much.
That's really weird.
But now that I'm looking, yeah.
So the trailer is a commercial and not
basically, yes.
Or those weird like used car commercials and not the actual gameplay trailer as you'd expect.
Yes. On the Xbox anyway, yeah. All right. I'm trying to think if I have any other questions. It looks pretty straightforward. If you're into Vayners, you probably know it.
Yeah, I wish it was Game Pass standard, and maybe it will be added to Game Pass standard at some point in the future. But when it's on sale, I believe it's $10. I think the full price is $20. But
also has one of these weird titles where if you don't know what it is, you're skimming past it.
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't have been able to tell what it was.
Everything looks good about it. If you look at the, pretty sure they show good screenshots. It's colorful, looks interesting. It's a great game. I definitely recommend this if you want to. Number one, if you already like Metroidvanias, it's going to be a short one. I think 8 to 10 hours. And if you're just new to the genre, you want to check it out, this is a great introduction.
All right, awesome.
And we'll say it again because I know Mental's listening, and he's got a little stopwatch clicker thing there. Trek.
Come on, Mental.
Clicker. It's Tales of Kenzera Zal.
All right. So, looks like we're drawing near to your favorite time of the show, where we talk more
sales.
About Game Pass.
Oh, right. Yes.
What are sales?
Sales are
where you pay more money
when you purchase Game Pass. When you purchase Game Pass,
yes, there you go.
This is what you get to play.
Yes. The Airy games are on sale. That's a first.
Oh
no,
boy,
no,
yeah.
Wait, they're always on sale.
Oh. But they're on sailor now, so.
All right. Well, I noticed that there's about 5,000 games with the word simulator on Game Pass right now, but
yes.
You can expand for me. Tell me what's worth playing.
Gladly. So what's available right now? We had talked about some stuff last time I was on, which is fun. Something that happened right after we recorded 2 weeks ago was Retro Classics dropped. I don't know. Have you checked out the Retro Classics?
I looked at it. I looked at the trailer, and it was like Mech Assault 2, and then like all these Atari games.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Looks like that. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like that Nintendo Championship Edition game where you like try to do little challenges and stuff like that.
Yes.
And there's the achievements are scary. There's like leaderboard achievements, like be the top 50 of the month, and a lot of scary achievements. I got to be honest.
If you had not
skill based,
if you had not started it right away, I could see how that'd be a little bit scary. The two really scary ones are, and let me pull this up here. And I don't think they're that scary because I do think that they're going to be adding games as this goes on. I think they'll kind of swap things out. I'm not positive that they're going to. It just sort of feels like they might. The
But
two scary
50.
ones. Yeah. The two scary ones are get 50, ranked 50th or higher in a completed tournament. Now, here's the thing though. There's a lot of tournaments going on. Oh, wait. No, I'm reading the wrong one. It's ranked
tournament. And then
the achievement's called top 50. And that's ranked 50 or higher in any game or challenge leaderboard. Now, in any game, yes, that's scary. In any challenge, there are challenges that go on all the time. And if you just get into any challenge early, go in, find a brand new one that just started, I think you'll be okay. I don't think that one's as scary as it sounds. Now, the one that is really scary is called Tournament Hero. And that is for getting ranked 50th or higher in a completed tournament. Now, these tournaments are not challenge leaderboards. These are tournaments. These are, I think, weekly, or maybe even they last 2 weeks, tournaments that are run by the game itself, the people that run the game, Retro Classics. So there'll be one challenge. Most recently, when the game first came out, there was a challenge for playing the game Hero, if you remember, from Atari. And it was to get the highest score that you could. And if you played early and you got first place, awesome. But the tournament's not over. You have to wait for that week or two. And then when that is over, the top 50 people are the ones that'll be getting that achievement. So what does that mean? Well, wait until the excitement dies down. Wait until all the tryhards, the achievement hunter tryhards are done. And then hopefully you'll be able to get in there and find something that you can actually play. And the user base will be small enough that you can actually end up with a top 50 position in that tournament, not the challenges. The other thing that's a little bit scary potentially for some people is the grindiness of it. There is an achievement called Completionist, and that's for unlocking all the classic collectibles. Now, the way you get collectibles is by completing challenges and things like that. You'll get this little bit of currency. Every day you log in, you'll get currency, and that currency scales with your level. So if you keep playing, you'll get more as you log in every day. I think initially I wasn't playing like crazy, and I maybe level 15, 20-ish, something like that, something kind of low, 20, 25. And I was getting like 160 credits a day. And there is also I think they call it like a triple challenge or something every day as well, where you'll get, you have to play 3 little challenges. So let's just say that it is River Raid. You have to get as far as you can. I can't think of any other games right now. A Pitfall. I couldn't think of Pitfall. I hate Pitfall.
I was going to ask you if Pitfall seems like the most famous one.
I suck at Pitfall, and that's why I hate it. So, and Pitfall, it's like get as far as you can in 20 minutes. Well, yeah, in 20 minutes, I'm going to quit the game in the first minute, and that's okay because you'll still get your 10 points for that. You'll complete that triple challenge for the day. Then you move on to your third game, which is like Night Racer or something, where you're just trying to drive your car. Once again, these are retro classics. You're playing like Atari games. And
now this one's on standard and core. This one has 57,000 starters.
Yes, because it's available to everyone, and people just thought easy stuff. And it was cool. There was a shadow drop. I don't think we knew this was happening. It just came. It was just announced. Boom.
Good question.
Yep. It
looked like they have a tab for Super Nintendo games and PlayStation 1 games. Is there anything up on those?
I have no idea. I have not heard that. Okay. It doesn't look like that to me when I've gone through.
Like on the menu, those are choices.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right, you'll have to look for me.
I'll have to look. But I mean, you can go in there. You're not going to get an achievement just by logging in and clicking around. You'll only get that by actually.
Once I launch it, I'm getting achievements, son.
Well,
play any game.
If you play any game, if you actually play a game, yes, you'll get an achievement. So be warned there. That's going to happen. Back to the daily triple challenge. This is 3 little challenges, each one worth 10 credits, and then doing all of them, I think you get like 120 credits. So there are ways to get credits every day, basically logging in, doing this little thing. And as you do that, you'll be getting XP and your level will go up, and then your daily chip just for logging in will also go up. So you'll eventually, if you just set this on your rotation and just keep logging in, you will eventually get enough credits to purchase all of the collectibles. The collectibles are in its own little tab, and they're basically, avatars. You're buying like little avatars for your character that you can then put, in place by your name badge. And I think they vary in price. There's a free row that you can start with, and they go up in price. I think the most expensive row is 2,000 credits, and I think it's six. I think it's 6 wide. So yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of credits. You're gonna have to log in a lot of days if you're not actually actively playing. But you can get them for free just by logging in, doing a little bit of work. You'll eventually get them. So it's that part. It's not super scary. I guess probably the hardest, scariest thing is that tournament. Once again, I think the tryhards will eventually give up. They'll forget about the game once they get their achievements and move on. And hopefully, that's my plan. I'll be able to scoot in there a couple months from now, 6 months from now, and get that achievement out of the way. Wow, I spent a lot more time on that than I thought I was going to. Sorry, that's Retro Classics. That's available now. So going back to your question about the simulators, yes, Police Simulator Patrol Officers was added, and then they added news that they were going to give DLC. And so if you start to play this, just be warned, there's going to be DLC. You're probably going to have to pay for it. Next up, Monster Train 2. This is on Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass, Series X, Cloud PC. Monster Train, everybody loves it. It's the card battler.
No.
You don't know this? It got crazy accolades. Expo, if he's listening, is mad. That is out in Game Pass now. Next up, Creatures of Ava, I believe was in Game Pass Ultimate. It's now been shifted down to be included in Game Pass Standard. That is a fun kind of a cozy game. I haven't put too much time into it. I haven't left the first zone, which is good because this game does have, be warned, it does have what am I thinking? You can progress to a zone and not be able to go back to that zone to get everything. So you will have to play again. Missables. Gosh dang, why can I not think of the word missable? It has missables, but if you make sure to get everything in each zone before you progress to the next zone, they're not really missable. But if you don't do that, yes, you will have to play this game a second time. So pay attention to that. Do everything before you go to the next zone. Just make sure you've gotten everything from that zone. It's all marked really well in the solutions for the achievements. Next up, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. The dollar store version of Chernobyl, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's a real thing. I'm just ignorant. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl has been added to Game Pass Standard. Tales of Kenzera Zao, I hear, is really cool.
Yes,
you should check that one out. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is in Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Standard, PC Game Pass, Cloud Console PC. That is a quality game. 2AT, May 28th. This was added. That is an Annapurna game, which means it's got to be played. It's got to be tried. It's a quirky game where you play as a teenager who is permanently stuck in a T-pose and cannot move their arms down. And you have to, much like, what was that game where you had to control your breathing? Manual Samuel. Much like Manual Samuel, yeah. You have to live a very complicated and arduous existence, just getting dressed and just getting to school, brushing your teeth. It's fun, though. They do it in a fun way, whereas Manual Samuel was a little bit frustrating. This is all about fun and cutesiness. Currently, there's one
I think
unobtainable. Yep.
I think this is done by the people that did Katamari Damacy.
It absolutely is, and it shows. Okay. It's very weird.
It looks like it.
Yes. I mean, the concept of you're stuck in a T-pose is pretty weird. So, yeah.
This guy's play anywhere.
I've not played too much into it. I've gone outside the house. I've gotten dressed. I've brushed my teeth. I've had breakfast. I went outside the house.
TA people don't like it.
Wow. Yeah, TA people don't like it because there's
it's got a low rating. Why?
Because there's one unobtainable right now. But that will be fixed. It'll be fixed.
It'll be fixed. Yeah.
Yes. Now it's also got some missables. So if you go a little too fast, like I think I missed one for spoiler.
Really? Okay.
I put socks on, and if I had just not put socks and put shoes on, I would have gotten an achievement. I'm already outside the house. I'm going to guess there's multiple days where I'm going to be able to choose.
Michelle was playing it. There's chapter select, so I don't know.
Okay. So maybe that's not missable.
How missable it can be.
Currently, there's one unobtainable. Just wait a little while. This game is kind of cool. I'm sure I'll be talking about this in the future. Next up, Spray Paint Simulator, which is basically, Power Wash Sim in reverse. You are adding dirt to the environment, and I like it. I'm having a great time. I started playing this while I was playing Cookie Clicker on my console. I was playing Spray Paint Simulator on my PC, and I could just kind of ping pong between the two screens. When I needed to pay attention to Cookie Clicker, I did, and then I was back to Spray Paint Simulator. It is, make no mistake, it is, Power Wash Sim. If you did not enjoy Power Wash Sim, you are not going to enjoy Spray Paint Simulator. And yes, Al, you're about to tell me people on TA are complaining. Yes, they are. These levels, some of the levels are long. Some of the areas you're painting are big, and you're not painting a whole lot of colors.
Like Power Wash.
But guess what? Power Wash, you're painting with one color. It's water.
You can save it in the middle of the level,
it's
right?
Clear.
And just come back where you were, right?
Absolutely. You can exit. You can come back tomorrow and continue.
All right.
It's fine.
Just like Power Wash. It's fine.
It's Power Wash. It's more Power Wash, and I love it. Next up, Metaphor Refantasio, really well-regarded RPG. If you haven't heard about this, I don't know what to tell you. If you're an RPG fan, this thing is all over the place.
Like Persona people?
Yes, by the Persona people. It's supposed to be a super awesome new series or new
PlayStation. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, new franchise to be checking out. So check it out if you're into that. Okay, that's everything that's available right now, unless time travel proves me wrong. Coming soon, June 3rd. Crypt Custodian, another Metroidvania coming to Xbox Game Pass. This is by Kyle Thompson, who's also done other Metroidvanias, Sheepo and Islets. I don't know. I don't think they actually say it in the game, so I don't know.
Make it up.
All good games. I think Islets or Islets. I'm gonna call it Islets. I put a little bit more time into that than I did Sheepo. I thought it was a better game. I'm really enjoying it. I cannot be any more excited for Crypt Custodian. It is not like a 2D Metroidvania. It's more along the lines of like a 2/3 perspective. So I'm looking forward to that 3/4 perspective. That's what I meant to say. Then next up, Symphonia, due out also I think June 3rd. This is a cool game that I was looking to purchase. Now I don't have to. It is a cool platformer. Having to deal with like I guess it's got kind of the trappings of like you are a conductor in a symphony, and you're doing platforming and boss battles, and just looks great. It looks amazing. I'm so happy this is coming to Game Pass.
Both of these look like you.
It's a great month to be me. It's a great time to be me with Game Pass. I'll just tell you that. Game Pass is amazing right now.
I do have to go back to Crypt Custodian real quick.
Anymore. Yes.
Have you seen the gamerscore breakdown for this game?
I'm seeing it right now, and yes, it's weird.
So they're all worth 21 gamerscore.
They're all 21.
I think there might be 1 or 2 20s, but wow, that's interesting. It's like Dead Rising.
That's going to set some people off, and
yes.
In another.
But
a week from now, 2 weeks from now, Elle's going to be telling me people on TA are mad.
People on TA give this one a 4.35. That's pretty good.
Exactly. Now here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Sheepo has standard values, and so does Islets.
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 So I looked at the trailer of this guy, and he did not scream Metroidvania to me until they showed the map. But I guess it is.
Have you seen the TA genre system for it? It says Metroidvania. So I'm going to assume...
Jay Huns made it so. And so it was.
Gotcha.
Name dropping.
Whether or not it's a Metroidvania, it looks... Yeah, whether or not it's truly a Vayner, or you think it's a Vayner, or
I'm sure
Bob's uncle thinks it's a Vayner, it looks like a fun game. And the developer has a proven track record of putting out good games. So I'm excited for it. Whatever it is.
I'm pretty sure the description of the game calls it a Vayner.
I think it does. Yeah. But, people marketing buzzwords. That's it for the coming soon. Now leaving Game Pass very shortly. Remnant 2. It's an ARPG, a role-playing third-person shooter, 80 to 105 hours. If you haven't started it, you're not gonna. It's got paid DLC. You're probably also not gonna. It is a good game though. I played a little bit of Remnant 1, really liked it. I hear Remnant 2 is just more of that. Get yourself a 3-man group and have some fun with those 2 games. But you can't do it because it's leaving Game Pass, so you might have to buy it. Next up, Cassette Beasts. It's a role-playing TB. I forget what TB is.
Taco Bell, obviously.
Taco Bell game. Role-playing turn-based. Jeez, Nate. Role-playing turn-based. And you can play it on the PC as well.
No.
The PC version.
Don't say it.
Has console command, baby. So you don't actually have to play it. This is basically the Pokemon we have at home. A lot of people that have played it love it and say it is a good game, and you would be doing yourself a disservice by doing those console commands. But if you don't have time for that, you know what you're doing. Next up, Humanity. This is a puzzle game. This is basically like What If Lemmings, but you are a dog telling people what to do, as you often do. It's a 20-25 hour experience. There's a bunch of grinding you have to do with public made or community made levels. You have to kind of grind out on those to earn up some experience. You also have to play, I think, 30 normal difficulty levels and 10 hard difficulty levels. Now, what determines those difficulties is how many people have tried it, how many people have completed it, and that determines what those difficulty levels are. If you're grinding this game out, short tip, any map that has or level that has the new tag as well does not count towards that. So make sure you're playing established levels that have normal or hard difficulty to get that done. It's a great game. I thought it was really good. Yeah, it's too late, but it's a good game, and maybe it'll go on sale. Maybe it'll come back, and who knows? But it is a really good game. Yeah, I really like that one. Next up, Slayers X Terminal Aftermath Vengeance of the Slayer. The title is almost longer than the time it takes to finish the game because on PC it has console commands. It is a first-person shooter, and you can't trust the time estimates on TA because it has console commands. It's a first-person shooter that looks like it was made by a fan of first-person shooters. It's got that old kind of Duke Nukem style to it, and Duke Nukem sensibilities as well. Lastly, Firework on PC, or this is a Windows only, so this is only for the Game Pass Ultimate people. It's an adventure point and click, but also kind of horror-ish. It's not super scary, but it does have horror elements. It's 3 to 4 hours with a walkthrough off of TA in that they redirect you to Steam. So you can do the Steam walkthrough. It's got some wonky achievement popping, and by some, I mean all. So as you're playing the game on PC, if you're using the walkthrough, it'll tell you, I got my achievement here. When that happens, just hit the Windows button on your PC. And that will kind of, if you're playing in windowed mode, that'll just kind of bring up the little Windows console, and then it'll go back down. And an achievement should pop at that point. But if you're just playing the game, you're not tabbing out of it, alt tabbing or doing the Windows pop-up menu, then the achievement will not pop, and I think you have to play again. So make sure you're playing the walkthrough with that. It's not really my favorite type of game. I would not have played this normally, except for the fact that it was leaving Game Pass. But some people like this type of game. There you go. You're warned. There's still time. Of course, by the time you hear this, there's no time. But if it ever comes around again, or I think it's a relatively cheap game too, Firework. Firework is it's $10, so on sale it could potentially be cheap enough for someone to be tempted to jump in on that. There you go. That's the stuff that's leaving Game Pass, or technically by the time you've heard this, stuff that's already gone.
Well, there you have it. All right, it's time.
And there you have it.
Everyone's favorite part of the show. And that, of course, is Brag Camp.
Ooh. I know what you're going to say.
You do? That no one ever tags me?
I think so. Well, there is that.
Because someone did tag me. And that was Nerdy Neo tagged me saying he completed his bean dive from March 2019. And he had a 91% completion, and he dropped it all the way down to 61. And he got it back up to 91 again. It took him 6 years. I'll be damned. And then we had, I guess there's a group of Europeans playing Gears of War 4. Dakota completed it. Good job. Ben L72 completed it. Good job. And Strive got 1 million gamer score. Are you waiting for me to brag about my own brags? Is that what you're waiting for?
No. I thought maybe someone else had bragged, or you were just going to brag for somebody else or something.
No, I was going to brag for myself. I think I told you a couple weeks ago that I had 999 completions, and I was waiting for that perfect game to be my 1,000th completion.
Yes, and, we had discussed that.
And I actually chose Starlight Legacy to be my 1,000th completion. So that was it.
Oh.
That was it, and that was a good one. And then I promptly played things like Tech Glitch, and yeah, but it was free at least.
Yeah, I think I played that.
Yeah, you did. It was that memorable.
It was that memorable that I think I played that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like a 4-player party game that if you want the achievements, you hook up 2 controllers and you do chicaneries.
Yes.
And then they had a title update with 9 puzzles, and you watch Dwaggy Knight do them, and then you do what he does. You know, that kind of thing. It was kind of like Soku Bunny.
Yeah, that type of game.
Yeah, Soku Bunny. And I played another visual novel that I will talk about next time because we've been here too long. There is a real life brag, actually. Volgar, who made the
there we go,
who made the community thing contest. He got hitched. He's married, so congratulations to him and his betrothed. Is that a word?
Yeah,
and his wife.
I'm not going to talk about pronunciation because I can't say islets, islets.
They have betrothed. Is that what it is? And
yeah, betrothed. That's why I always talk.
Yeah, and he has a pretty funny wedding registry because they have been living together for a while and already have all the stuff. So his registry is all like Legos and stuff. So it's pretty wild stuff. So if you want to give him some Legos, I'm sure he'll take them.
Congratulations. And another reason not to bug him with updates for that contest. He's a newly married man, so he's got responsibilities now.
Yeah, totally. All right, well, congrats to Volgar. Congrats to everyone in their milestones. Big love to Wild West. Hopefully we'll have you back with us in a couple of weeks. And Koosh, thanks for joining me.
Yeah,
it was a fun time.
It was. I had a good time.
If you listen to the show, tell your friends about it. We would love some more talks in podcast discussion and some more community talks. Get in the contest. Just talk to us. I'm very lonely. All right. Class dismissed. Good night.
Good night.